Hello and welcome back to Lorcana Villain. My name is Baker, and today I've got some gameplay for you. Now, it has become a staple in the UK since the beginning of set championships that the UK Ravensburger team have been organising set championships exclusively for media and content creators in the UK. A humongous privilege. I never want to take that for granted. We're extremely lucky that we get those. And I've been very lucky to be invited to every single one, and yes, the latest one of those for set 7 took place recently, a little earlier than it normally would, but the venue that Ravensburger book us to play these events in is pretty busy over the next couple of months, so this was the only date that they could get us in. So it is happening, well, it happened for us earlier than usual. The big thing about this event is it was the first weekend after the bans of Flavisham and Fortisphere. So the invitees had just a few days to be able to make decks with those bans taken into consideration. I, as many of you will know, am a Ruby Amethyst stan. I did play Ruby Sapphire in one of the set championships, but I decided to stick with my bread and butter for this one and play some Ruby Amethyst. And this is the list that I decided to take, completely inspired by the North American champion, Ed, who put out this version of the deck not long after the notification of the bans. Basically built to beat the bird, with an expectation that discard was going to get a lot better after the ban. So this deck was taken into the event with the consideration of, hey, I reckon there's going to be a few people in this room on discard, whether Emerald Steel or Emerald Amethyst discard, and I am just determined to win those matches. So this is the deck that I took on with me. I'm not going to do a full breakdown, but you notice the 4 copies of Pegasus, 2 cost inkable, 3 1 quest for 1, and evasive. Of course, if they're Emerald Steel, then things like Storm make us cry. But Emerald Amethyst discard had been becoming more and more popular at that point in time, and that deck can't really touch this Pegasus outside of something like Mother Knows Best. So it's really good for combating the early Diablos. 4 Elsa in here as well to shore that up. Also playing 2 Medusa, again expecting a lot of Emerald Steel, a lot of Steel Song. In the past, this has always been Tremaine's, or maybe you'd run both, but I wasn't expecting to see a lot of Sapphire in the deck, which is really the main use case for Tremaine in my opinion. So went with the Medusas and a couple of Sisu. You see, no bounce package. We are playing crabs, of course, to complement our 1-drops, and even allowing Pegasus to be able to take out something like a Maui Shark. But yeah, no foxes, no snakes, no rabbits. It wasn't easy. I kind of was kicking and screaming, but I did think this was the deck to run if I specifically wanted to win my matches against Diablo. So you see 4 Genie in that 4-cost slot instead. Not as great at card draw, of course, as the Rabbit engine, but having evasive, meaning it's another check for Diablos and questing for 2, making us a slightly more aggressive build. But yeah, there were 4 rounds cut to top 4, and I did film all of my games, and I've uploaded these in the past, but I decided to try something new today. Instead of me doing the post-game commentary for the uploads, I've decided to invite a couple of guests onto the channel. So the majority of this video will be hosted by JDZ Quest and Colorislaw, 2 fantastic Lorcana players, personalities, and commentators. And I just thought this would be something fun to try. If you're a fan of this sort of thing and you'd like to see me have more guests come onto the channel to like post-cast my games, please show this video some love. One thing I do want to mention before we get into it, the one thing I forgot to tell JDZ Quest and Color was the name of my opponent, which is why they will keep referring to him as the player, or the Emerald Amethyst player, spoilers. His name is Falcone, got to know him quite well. He's been at many of these set championships for content creators in the past. Really great guy, great player. I expected he would be on Diablo, and he certainly was, which meant that I was well prepped for my round 1 game with this deck list. But we're going to get into things. A shout out to the channel sponsor, Cardmarket. If you're looking for Lorcana singles at competitive rates, then check out Cardmarket. But let's get into the match.
Greetings and salutations, my fellow Illuminators. It's me, your boy JDZ, and I'm back at you again with another Lorcana video. But I'm not in the same place you may know me. I'm here on Lorcana Villain's channel, and we have a very special match that we're going to cover for you guys today. But I am not alone. With me, I have Colorislaw as well. Color, please take some time to introduce yourself.
Hi, I am Colorislaw, and I'm really excited about this game today. So let's jump into it.
Absolutely. So for this match is pre-recorded, but neither myself or Color have seen it. So we're going to jump into it and treat it as if it is a live video, and we're going to provide some commentary and some analysis. And we're covering one person that you may recognize. We got Baker is going to be in the building. So make sure you guys go ahead and like and subscribe if you like videos like this, and continue to tune in to the Villain channel over here. All right, Color, you ready to do this? Let's hop on in.
Let's see it.
All right.
Yes,
Whew.
this is Lorcana Villain. Confirmed.
Confirmed by the mat.
Yes.
You see that mat? It's a nice little.
It's so good.
I like it a lot, but I also like that Maribel mat. That's one mat that I didn't get a chance to win. I never won one. I don't own one. I don't have the champion one. I don't have either one.
I sat across from Bivens in Miami. Yes, yeah, in Miami at SSG. And he had that Lorcana Villain mat, and I'm like, wait, first of all, first round Bivens. Second, I want that mat. Can I have the mat if I lose? And I did lose, and he didn't give me the mat. So
I would I would be too tempted to color it in to with my Crayolas. Colorislaw.
just start filling just start
in,
getting in there.
the black and white.
Yeah, no, it's sick though. I love that mat. Oh, and look at his. Is that like a hand marker that he has
He's
there?
got like a little 8-bit token. As he's
like
also got a it's a little 8-bit like a card token there. He's got a pretty aggressive mulligan. It looks like he sent back 4. I want to say, a nice stern face. Look at Villain's face there. I've never seen him that serious. Look, he's in the zone.
No,
I'm kind of afraid.
Shuffle better than anything I've ever done before. That is like just the shuffling alone.
I haven't seen Villain in that mode before, and I really don't have the name of his adversary there. Blue sleeves versus red sleeves. Both have pretty nice shuffles. I love the look away to shuffle there.
So the courtesy look, you know what I mean?
You got to do it.
You just courtesy, you just look away, and you're just like, and then you like see one of them, and you're like, oh god, I'm a professional. I know what I'm doing. It's fine.
I like it. I do like it. All right, but it looks like we're about to be underway. It looks like Villain is going to be on the approach first. We do have his deck list here. We probably can pop it up on the screen at some point during the editing process, but here's the deck that Villain's playing. Again, I don't have too much information from his opponent, as we are going to turn 1, ink the Broom, lead, Chernobog follows. Is that what you do, Color? Are you a Broom supporter or you're a Chernobog believer?
I like followers because of the 2 strength. So yeah, because you have that Diablo, and if it's like sometimes I'll run into a Smee and not draw a card. It just depends. It just depends. But I do like the 2 strength on it. Broom is better later in my opinion, and then like the perfect turn to ink the bird in the bin, and we are just Pegasus. Yeah, I don't know when this game took place, but Pegasus was an all-star there for a little bit, and so I'm excited to see the flying
pony boy is in. As we get what is that? I can't quite see. It's a little bit of shine there. It looks like that's Mother Gothel.
So we're doing burbs.
Oh,
Oops,
wow.
all burbs. And a Bibbidi into the discard. All right.
Really? Thoughts on this?
Shenanigans. So, that is what I see.
So Villain does show some discipline and leads the Chernobog up, electing not to quest and pop. But you bring out the Pegasus on curve, and then you shift Diablo into the Pegasus. So you will get 1 card draw in, but I think Villain would just have to take this trade. I'm taking that trade every day.
Absolutely.
I think.
That's what Pegasus is there for.
For sure.
Pegasus takes down that burb. There's other ones, but I mean, this deck is oops all burbs. You know what I mean? Like you're gonna get every single Diablo. We've learned it's an unkindness of ravens is what this deck likes to do. Oh, the library. Okay. So we put down the library. We don't pop the bog. That's good. So hopefully next time we can attach, pop, and get some little value out of this library. And now you have to hope that what is that Diablo? What's the challenger on that verb?
I think it gets Challenger 2, so it can go up to a total of 3. I'm thinking back about that Diablo turn.
7?
I think they would have been better served, but he must have had a second Diablo in hand, as we're going to go and put some damage into this library.
Yep, that makes sense. I was like, you could either chip into the library with a fox, but then you lose your burb, or now you just why not just play the other Diablo that you have?
Mm-hmm.
Oops, all Diablo.
And now you still can take that play to get some value out of this library Chernobog situation before they get that Diablo exerted. Or do you want to try to set up another Pegasus and maybe you can crash into the Diablo? So maybe that's what the opponent was thinking there. If you can get this Diablo to stick around, and even if you sacrifice the other Diablo for the Pegasus, you can probably get this one to have a little bit more longevity. So important turn coming in for Baker. I think clearing this Diablo is still priority number one.
I would love to see ink. No. Well, I wanted to see.
Okay.
Is there? Oh, there are. So yeah, I was like ink. Maybe attach the cove, pop the bog, draw 2 before that Diablo is turned sideways, and then maybe brawl.
Mm-hmm.
But we genied, so and that's another thing too. So you're still getting your value from genie without them getting the value from the Diablo. So
absolutely, and you're not allowing your
Diablo
opponent
answer.
any time to keep these Diablos around for a significant amount of time, as genie can check down, and you could probably get this genie into the library as well. Probably get some more value if they want to try to crack back with their own Diablo. So if you go ahead and start singing here,
is a card.
bouncing genie feels quite bad as well.
Well, genie is our Diablo answer at this point. So yeah, library down. I always love library. Everybody's like, oh, there's no value. I love library. Is sometimes just throw it down if you have, like, if you're running out of options in your hand and you don't think it looks really great, you can throw a library down early, and that does make them have to answer it. So it does slow the game down just a little bit, which I think is really important. And especially in this green, purple, or emerald, amethyst, and
just being able to force your opponent into another challenge into the library, I think has some value, as we are going to go ahead and play another genie. So you got this is full genie evasive wars back that we had that for that brief moment in time. I like that time. It was a pretty nice time.
The Genie Wars. Yeah, and he did ink a brawl, so I think he opted to play towards the board as opposed to taking a turn off to brawl. So I kind of agree with that. Or we drew it a little bit later.
He could have drawn it off of that Genie perhaps and then inked it for turn.
Yeah.
As we are going to go ahead and continue to trade in. This is the game that the Ruby Amethyst player would like to play. Muse still has the ability to sing a song and probably bounce. That Chernobog has been eternal on the board for ever now, it seems.
The immortal Chernobog. Yep.
Look at this Lucifer.
Yep. So Lucifer's pretty good, and he just inked the brawl. It doesn't feel good. Wait, is it actions?
It's one action or 2 non-actions.
2 cards.
So that is the immediate punish there for inking that brawl.
Yep.
I'm sure Baker would have loved to have that one back, because you could have just held on
I
to
know.
the brawl.
Oh, that's the brawl smile.
Oh.
Yeah, and then that's the last one. Yep. No.
And we'll bounce the genie back to hand. So you will get another card in the process. You can get 2 cards here if you can check down this Chernobog followers for another one. So Baker's going to have to.
An Elsa.
Elsa would be humongous here if you can go.
Lovely.
I cracked this Chernobog now to try to dig for that Elsa to clear this Lucifer, because Lucifer singing We Don't Talk About Bruno feels miserable, and it's got the genie. So back up with the genie.
Yeah.
I'll have to check the deck list. I'm not even sure if he's playing Elsa in the deck.
No, there are Elsas in this economy. You gotta have Elsa in the deck. She does so much work. What I wanted to see was the Elsa, so we could take the Bog and the Elsa and take out that Muse and get her to stop singing her lovely song. I mean, but shout out to them. Honestly, being the best. Singing,
maybe taking on Muse is correct, but I still would have gone after that Lucifer, because if he goes Muse bounce onto the Lucifer and Lucifer's you again. That feels pretty terrible. Yeah. Getting Lucifer once feels okay, but getting Lucifer twice feels miserable. As we do have the Bruno. So Bruno will come on in with a little Prince John's beside him. So Lucifer does get to that position where he can sing it and get another discard and draw. So let's see what's going to be the rip here.
All right.
Is it the genie? It's the genie.
It's the genie.
Dang.
Oh, and look at that board. You've got the cats, you've got the muses, you've got Prince John. They're all hanging out, having a really emerald party, and not many people are having fun.
So he does go for the bounce.
It's so good. It's so good, but you don't love it, but you love it. You know what I mean?
You didn't have enough.
That's what the
ink. You did not have enough ink to pull it off, though, to bring it back in. I almost think it would have been worth it just to sing the We Don't Talk About Bruno, bounce, and then redeploy without the Prince John. I think that might have been, the Prince John might have been a bit greedy coming in from the opposition there, I think.
But we love cards.
For
and
sure.
is that a brawl that Baker has in hand, which is unfortunate with those 2 ward characters? Is that the Elsa? Oh, it
Can't do anything.
so much. There's so much ward.
And you can't
There's
even.
so much ward.
Yeah, I mean, maybe you could have played. Could you have played one? What did he? Oh, he played the genie back down, and Lucifer is going to rip the brawl. So to show him some discipline this time.
Yeah, there we go. There we go. He's like, I was ready for you.
I had it figured out this time. You fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, I'm not going to get fooled again. As we're going to go ahead and we don't talk about, or you're welcome here.
You're welcome. What are you're welcoming? Are we drawing cards on our own side, or we're shuffling Genie back in?
Interesting. So I still think
you're welcome into.
Honestly, I would have really considered maybe you can bounce this Lucifer again and just put Baker into a permanent Lucifer situation. And just continue to try to keep ripping cards from hand, but you're welcoming his deck. What do you think about that in general?
I mean, I kind of understand it. Like now, you get to a point where if discard is your thing, and I definitely saw the Bibbidi Bobbidi Boo there that got discarded. So it seems like this deck is more focused on singing.
Yeah.
So if it's going to sing, then you want to continuously discard, right?
Right.
Just the Maui. And that's the scary part about giving Ruby cards. Yeah, so it looks like this what does that loop, almost like that Amber Emerald deck that is like that control discard. It seems like this is emulating that a little bit, just with all of the shift targets for Diablo. So
right. And it seems like they're all in on Lucifer, so they bounced that Chernobog there. So I think you should have bounced a Lucifer again, and then got some more value out of this thing, and just continued to play this Lucifer Prince John game instead of bouncing that Chernobog back to hand. Oh, he got another one. That's why.
Whoa.
Never mind. And he got another brawl.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Has a backup. Doesn't matter.
And we got.
And then what are we singing? Sudden Chill. Yep.
And the Muses is gone, so you won't get a chance to continue this eternal Lucifer. As now you have to think of what you're going to kick out here. If you're Baker, you're going to lose the goat. So that's 2 of your goats down. Prince John's continuing to draw. You're kind of feeling great here. As we'll go ahead and continue to bounce as well. What got bounced back to hand? You can't bounce. There's no Muses. I'm sorry. I'm losing it. Something got. Yeah. I thought some got sent.
Muses is gone. Yeah. We're not in the eternal lock anymore. No, it's like, so yeah, this Lucifer is down the Maui, but that's 2 more damage on the Maui. Well, does that matter? What are we doing? I think do we have a library in hand? Ooh, that's actually pretty good.
It's got the Be Prepared in hand. I'm not going to sing it. I'm not going to sing it. You got to, if it happens, you got to be the one that sings it. I don't think I can do any justice here on the Villain Network.
I can't. No. I'm not.
One of us got to sing it. It ain't me. Okay.
We'll just be like, be prepared.
Just make it like sad.
And then he can just like edit over it. No, he can just like edit over it. You know what I mean? Like,
Okay.
Just like, yeah.
I like
it. Drop it in here.
Oh, so he took your play color. We get the library off. It is a little bit of a down tempo maneuver, but I think the resources are completely worth it. We'll get the library in, put the Chernobog into the library, quest the Chernobog, draw 2 cards, power play. And that Chernobog's been around for a really long time. And then we'll put out the Sisu, which is quite nice here, before taking down another Lucifer. So Maui is getting extreme plus values as Baker is working diligently trying to turn the corner.
Well, and you want to, you don't want to keep giving Prince John value. You don't want to just. I mean, we know, where is that card? Did he discard it? Is he holding it? Did he?
I think he's out of cards. I think that was it. I think he inked.
Where'd the Be Prepared go?
The Be Prepared. Where did the Be Prepared go? I think it got. What happened to the Be Prepared? Did it get discarded? I think it might have been. What did we miss? No, did he get Sudden Chilled? I know he played the Chill. I think he got ripped with the Sudden Chill. Because he definitely had Be Prepared in hand.
Yeah. It's gone now.
It's gone. It's out of here. As library, unless he's got something in hand that we just missed. Unless he got a hand off to the side. Oh, never mind. He's got a hand off to the side.
Okay, yeah.
I was about to say.
He had a hidden Be Prepared. Of course he did. Of course he did.
a pocket prep, dude. Just hanging out.
Pocket prep. There it is. But no, he's not even going to use it. Doesn't need it. Flood the board. Keep your location moving. Because right now there's 3 strength on the other side of the board. So unless we see a Cricky, then that library is pretty safe.
Yeah, and he can just
And
kind
that
of sit
CC
back
is getting large.
and he can kind of
Yep.
sit back and just comfortably quest too. Yeah, he can just do whatever you want to do.
Mhm.
And if you want to
Mhm.
send your rabbit and Prince John to the Sisu, first off, it's not going to be enough. Crab is the punish, but even Crab's not that great because library is so buff. That is a very strong location. If we bring out another Diablo, I think Villain's doing a great
That's
job
what
keeping the
I'm
hand empty and being able to draw on
Yep.
your own turn. I think is a viable
Prince
strategy
John
to deal with
gets
this
none of
discard
my
stuff.
taxes.
Exactly, exactly.
No taxes for Prince John. But
Looking
yeah,
over
the
here, the
Cricket
hand
is
is
like
strong.
Blah.
Oh, Cricket would have been tough there, but it's just going to be a
Yeah,
music.
Cricket would have been a. Yep. What are we singing?
Friends on the other side, and now you got some bounce options as we'll continue to send the genie back to the hand. Do you have some more discard to go along with it though?
That is a big Sisu. Look at his hand. That's a big old Sisu.
Monstrous Sisu.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna need like a Mother's Knows Best or Mother Knows Best actually kind of goes hard here if you got it. As we'll just sing another Friends.
Just draw cards. We're an amethyst. We draw cards.
But you gotta draw. You gotta get somewhere.
Too.
I mean, you gotta draw to get somewhere. As that Be Prepared villain now has in hand is looking quite good in this situation. Hand
now,
is looking strong.
Do you bounce the rabbit back to draw more? Because clearly, I feel like they're looking.
I probably bounce that Prince John because he's about to get whacked if you don't. I probably bounce.
Well, I think I would maybe bounce the rabbit if that was something that I was going to do, because I feel like Baker's doing a really good job of making sure that.
That's brutality there, as Baker just lets off a little small smirk there, staring down that Be Prepared that is just ready to get blasted off here. So we are safe. No song being sang from us this time. Color as
Ink and Ursula to play at Ursula. It's like, not my bread and butter. Get that back.
That is a rough, but you still have this Sisu, and you have that Diablo still in hand. So there might be a world where you can reflood the board as your opponent has a ton of characters and bounce song. This deck is quite cool that they're playing. It's not like a normal Amethyst Emerald deck. It's got some text in there. Mother Gothel, you're welcome. Mother Knows Best, Bibbidi Bobbidi Boo. It seems like you got some cool cards in this deck, like a more of a song variety.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is very reminiscent of the Amber Emerald deck that typically gets played, like the control deck that happened a few sets ago before Pete was born and shut off all of our fun. However, look at this wide board. We found another goat. That's the third goat. It's good stuff. Are we questing now? That Sisu has approximately 20 strength,
20
so
billion.
I think it's okay.
Yeah, this is like a straight up like a bounce back attack, like a straight bounce emerald amethyst bounce is what this is right here, and it looks quite good. That hand is juiced. You have a lot going on over there. You got another Prince John.
Locations over there. What are we singing? Sing us a song. You're welcome. It's got to be the library.
You got it. The library. You're welcome. Yeah, it will rip the library, and you give your opponent 2 more cards though. So that.
Yeah, I mean, with that hand and discard being the main strategy, I think that. I think it's okay. I mean, we played a couple Sudden Chills. We've played You're Welcome. We've already kind of ran through some Lucifer, so it just depends on how much discard is left in the deck, I think.
Does that deck play Under the Sea? I don't think this deck plays Under the Sea, right?
At this point, I have no idea. We could watch an Under the Sea happen.
Okay.
That Sisu's going nowhere.
Yeah, that thing is. We're going to tribute the rabbit. Interesting play here as well. Just trying to.
What are we looking for?
Get that thing off the field. Maybe just trying to break up just clear your opponent's board. Interesting maneuver. I think you probably could have got a little bit more value out of that, but Baker is slowly increasing the lore count as you get goat bounce back to hand. I'll take it. Get another free lore. Do you have a way to discard these things or something?
I don't know. I'm wondering. I mean, I see Bibbidi Bobbidi Boo. I see a Diablo. I don't know. I see a genie over there. I also see a library. So I'm wondering, like I said, I'm wondering if the discard has become a little bit more low on resources, if we're kind of burnt out of those.
Yeah.
And now, absolutely. We're at 10.
Yeah, you're fine with this. Yeah, keep bouncing this goat all day. I'm thinking if I'm Baker, I'm loving this. I am
you're doing my job for me.
For sure. I'll take that all day.
That Mother Gothel, though, I love that art so much.
So
She
nice.
absolutely eats that out. Like
The tulip
they were like, we're gonna
outfit.
put her on the red carpet. Like at first I was like, is that Cher?
She's
Does she
the
look
Met
like Cher?
Gala. She got the curly hair
I
popping. She's sitting
know.
in the
Oh my
flower.
gosh.
What kind of flower was that? A lily? I don't know. She's just hanging out, looking nice. That
Yeah,
was.
she just. Oh no, it's the healing flower, the
Oh,
golden
that's
flower
right. That's right.
from. Yes. Oh my gosh, I just like. I'm so glad you pointed that out. Like literally, just kind of made that outfit. Yeah, the golden healing flower from Rapunzel.
Met Gala Gothel, dude.
She's
Looking good.
yeah, so good.
All right, so now we got to think here because Baker, you have been discarding the
Yep.
hand, you have been discarding the field and bouncing, but you really haven't gained any terrain. You've been slowly
Mm-mm.
doing all these things and sending your welcome. I think your welcome is not it, honestly, because you're just giving your opponent way more fuel, especially if you don't have that endless Lucifer situation going on to bounce and redeploy the Lucifers. It just feels quite bad. As we are going to go ahead and sing the Bruno. Bruno went to 4 hand. That feels also quite bad.
Definitely. I mean, we're gonna get the Prince John value, which I think is, not nothing, but
Mhm.
that still just means that we're just drawing cards.
Right.
6. We roll 3. 1, 2, 3. Genie. These genies are having a Bruno day. Like they're brutal. Like that's a second. Bye, genies.
And that's one of the things I really do like about this game a lot. That card advantage is
Here we go.
super important in this game. But tempo and position also means a lot as we're continuing to rip. But Baker's spot is not that bad.
No, and I think that's kind of what it is. The unfortunate part is decks like this, you don't really want to be turning, especially into Ruby. You don't want to turn Prince John sideways. You don't want to turn your Muse sideways because those are your engines to keep the board clear. You quest out with a couple things, sing a song, rip their board, put it back in their hand, discard if you can. That's definitely like the strategy that you want to be doing, but sometimes you draw a different portion of your deck and you're not able to control the game as much as you'd like. And especially like you said, that you're welcome just being like, here you go, here's more ammo.
Yeah, unless I can see this deck where you get to the point where you sing that you're welcome, you send something back to the deck, they draw 2, you play Lucifer, or you have Lucifer down, and then you bounce it back after the you're welcome or something and keep playing the Lucifer every time to set up like this endless Lucifer lock. That can be a cool thing with your welcome because they're not gaining so much. You got the Prince John and you're able to draw with that too. So I can see that line. I can see those combos coming together and it seems quite cool. But in this matchup, I just don't think it has happened the way that you have liked. Baker is now empty-handed, holding
no
nothing.
Cards in hand. Yep. Just put it all in the library, keep moving, keep going. And that makes them, I'm not quite sure what the willpower is. Gothel a 3/6?
Gothel is a 4/6, chunky girl,
so 4, dude. See, yeah, still not enough. And so, and that's the thing is like you gave him 2 cards, played to the board, everything at this point it was able to be played for the entire Inkwell, and now again Prince John denied, and there's so many resources on the board that you're gonna have to kind of like exhaust your entire hand just to deal with what he's doing.
And
Baker.
So really by the way, Baker's comfortably sitting at 10, which is
exactly.
We're
halfway there. Cusco.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, read it, Baker.
Ain't no way.
Read it to us.
Baker, ain't no way. We got the patent pending read coming in. Baker, shame on you. You should know what that card does. You should know what all the cards do. You're Baker, okay? Lock in.
Right, yeah.
With the patent pending reach across the table to read. Oh, he's just trying to confirm to make sure. But honestly, I think reading is a technique that people use to kind of just take some time. That's what I do sometimes. I'll read cards just to
be like, oh, like what's that say? What's that say? Yeah.
Just to recalibrate.
Since you and I both know what this new Cusco does, let's just tell the viewers what Cusco does.
Cusco says, during the beginning of your turn, I'm paraphrasing here. It's not quote. I'm not during the beginning of your turn. Both players can either draw a card or both players have to discard a card, and it is mandatory. You do not get to choose. Okay, it just happens.
That's not what that card says.
That's
really?
not. Is that not what it says?
No, I don't know.
Color.
I have no idea. I just tried to bait you into telling me what that card meant.
Okay, that's what it is. That's it. That's it. Okay. Edit that. Edit.
Diablo. Yeah. Oh, so we played Bibbidi, and then we took out the Gothel, put down Elsa.
Can you do that? I thought it had to be the same level.
Yeah.
It can be or less.
It has to be or less.
Let me look this up.
Because she's 6 and 5. Yeah.
Let me pause this. No, I'll look it up. I'll look it up and cook it. But I'm pretty sure Bibbidi has to be the same level, or is it same level or less?
I think it is or less. Yeah, like the cost or less.
Okay, I'll believe you. We'll just trust the system.
This is a professional tournament with live judges. They would have scooped on in there and stopped that.
All right, you might be right. That was cooked though. If it's accurate,
Yeah, that's pretty good.
I like that
Get
a lot.
after it.
Excuse me.
So now is it Cusco?
Yeah,
Cusco got Medusa.
cost or less for free. Yeah, cost or less.
Mhm.
So now I got to read. I'm over here. Shame on me as well. As we got the Medusa, clears the Cusco before he got a chance to do maximum damage. And Baker's actually turning this thing around. The corner is being turned, color. I think this is lethal damage in play. Library, no, it's not. You're still two.
But he's still
one short.
Is the goat in hand, or the goat went to discard, and that was the third goat?
Yeah.
Figure out what happened to that boy. Are we? Yep. Okay. That's what he's like. Do you have the goat, and what can I do? No, that's not gonna do it.
And you're only sitting at one too.
Yeah. I mean, this is extremely well played. Like, we kind of Bakers, that's what was going on. We can definitely get in this kind of lock of what's happening with this deck. And we're gonna discard that. Okay, so yeah, we discard the Bibbidi to shift onto the Diablo.
Just to clear the library, because you just don't want to get gamed next turn by some bounce or something like that. As we will go and bring out the Muses. And you're free to quest here. You will get another card. You will get another card. And I still think that quest is totally fine here if you're Baker, because you have all this board momentum. You seem to have turned the corner and got back. You know, you kept just applying the pressure. Your opponent kept giving you chances, and you just kept applying. We will go ahead and exert the rabbit, clear the Diablo, and I'm questing here. I'm not even worried about anything else. I just get a nice hearty quest in with everyone. I think Baker's going to do that and go all the way up to 18. And now you got some problems over here. There's no be prepared in these color groups. Color.
Yeah, I definitely, even if we did some, I haven't really seen that much bounce either in this deck, so I don't think we have like very many foxes or anything like that. So clearing this is going to be a little difficult. Even the Sisu, got some. Yep. Just
trying to draw a little bit more. Seeing what option we got. You got those Prince Johns in there. They really do much. They can't do much in this spot. You need Cricky would not even do it.
Yeah, Cricky and like a rush character.
Yeah.
What do we got?
And the Queen's Castle Mirror Chamber is going to go down to the Inkwell. Yeah, if you'd had Cricky before that rabbit, maybe there's a world where you can just clear everything. Elsa comes in with some little bit of rush. You got a crab. You got some bounce. You're trying to clear your hand. Maybe get a song off too. And then.
Yeah, I was about to say, yeah, if you can get your hand size down a little bit, then that Sisu might actually, be fair game. Okay, you're welcome.
Yeah.
You're welcome. And then we're going to draw.
Yeah, giving Baker 2 more cards just feels like.
Baker's going to shuffle his deck at least 3 times.
Yeah, I'm not.
That's 3 times.
The more I look at this match, I'm not feeling your welcome in this deck. Maybe you had like something with some bend in my wheel in there, or something that can just, because I like the Muses being able to sing it and having that great impact of sending 2 cards back to the deck. I don't mind, but this is still that was
still a really
that was a great turn.
Great effort. So, yeah, I was about to say to clear this board. I mean, got the system down, was able to play the Elsa. I mean, that was a great board clear. So we didn't need to be prepared, because we make your own, be prepared. But Baker seems to have a goat. He's got a goat. Did you find that goat?
No goat. I mean, you can just spam. You can flood the board again, though, because your opponent is going to run out of resources. They got to be prepared. Go ahead. All right, Color's going to sing it. Here we go, Color. 3, 2, 1. I'm hanging. We'll edit it in.
Yeah, I was like, that was me editing.
I don't want to do it. I can't do it. I'm not Baker. I can't do that. I gotta. We'll figure it out. You got it off though. There it is. Color, you failed me. All right.
Hey.
As we do the
pressure was too high.
Okay.
The pressure was too high. We got to the scoop. The be prepared was that was like, look at.
I can't hear. He's locked in now. He was looking a little sad. It was a sad panda there earlier on in this round. I see you, Baker, over there. He's locked in now. Now he's in the zone. Now he's feeling himself. He was looking a little down bad earlier when all that discard was coming in there, but he weathered the storm. And that's what I'm saying, Color. Sometimes you're all locked in on what you have in your hand, but you better have some bodies on this board, and you better start questing because your adversary only got to 1 in that spot, and they were doing everything they wanted to do. It felt like they had all the momentum in the world, but they just couldn't they couldn't finish it off. I don't know.
So, and I think that's like the thing when playing against the Amber Emerald version of this deck, what that deck did was it set up, it took a second to set up, and then it got you down to no cards. So now you're top decking, and the only thing that you can top deck that's really going to help you out is Big Sisu. And that's not typically in these Ruby Amethyst lists, depending on who you are and at what point. Unfortunately, with what I think is really strong about the Amber Emerald version of this deck is they have Aerial. So you can bounce Aerial back with Muses, and when you bounce Aerial back with Muses, then you just replay Aerial, and now you can kind of like look at the top 4, get another song, and now your engine is just kind of running, and the discard is kind of flowing. But now you're playing with Emerald, or we're playing with Amethyst, so you're drawing cards. Like, you're giving up songs for more card draw. So I don't know. I mean, it's still an interesting deck.
It is. I like the deck a lot, but I just think it's gotta. I don't know if it's fully optimized yet. As Baker does ink the friends on the other side, showing a little bit of heads up there, trying to protect some of the songs, but you will lose that. Be prepared, because there's not much you can do about it. As we'll go ahead and keep the Chernobog up and active. Pass back on over. Diablo will not quest, and let's see what you can do. Your opponent has maybe send this Pegasus in on 2 again, just because it worked out so great last time. Maybe it'll work out again this time.
Yeah, I like that play just because there's not really much that Emerald
Amethyst
can do with Emerald.
In general?
Yeah, Emerald Amethyst.
Okay.
It can do about the Pegasus. You know, there's especially on turn 2, that Pegasus is just gonna fly high for a long time.
For a little while at least. And Ursula, you bring out the Prince John. Usually that Ursula Deceiver is going to go ahead and start singing a sudden chill, but you missed that one. So Baker has to take a nice little sigh of relief to see that happen, as you still got this Eternal Chernobog is up. Baker showing a lot of discipline, not cracking these things. I like to just crack my bogs immediately, but I guess it really doesn't.
I know that there's a library on the other side. Yeah, if there's like a library on the other side, we can leave that up. We can leave that up. But no, we're flooding the board. We're going 1, 2, 3, deal with me.
Showing a little bit of restraint. That would have been a good time to put down a library, as you can get a nice little questy for 1 with the Pony Boy. You can't really touch him, so you'll pass back on over, and let's see what you do here. You got some discard to go with this Prince John, as Baker's hand is looking a little bit less cool than it did before. You got the Diablo, Bruno. No, you have I think it's a Queen's Castle Mirror Chamber. What do you think about that card, Color?
We saw Ed slam that sucker down.
Yeah.
I mean, woo! There's a lot of things in Amethyst when you're playing against, another Amethyst mirror where you swing a Queen's Castle down and you're like, oh, that's easily dealt with. So counting to 7 counting to 7 is not as powerful as counting to 8. You know.
I concur wholeheartedly. As we are going to shift the Diablo in the face of the Pegasus again.
Now, are we down?
We're nothing.
No cards.
We're top deck central over here, and Baker has the card advantage game, and he's on the draw as well. So this is a huge tempo. This is a big gamble bringing out this Diablo like this in the face of this Pegasus. I would have just taken it a bit more slow there if I'm the blue sleeves here, because that just seemed a little wholehearted. As we're going to bring out the friends on the other side, and this seems all aces for Villain here.
Yeah. Oh, look at his face! Oh no, not the face. You draw cards and you just get that look, and then your opponent's like, no, and you're like, I have the worst poker face. What I drew every single time.
I mean,
it's there.
All there. Do you keep drawing, or do you try to commit more to the board here? I think a nice chunky Sisu is. I'd play it. I don't care. No, he's got 1 card in hand. Never mind. Sisu's looking bad.
Genie. Yep. Genie.
And we'll go ahead and ink that. Still got this Diablo up, showing some restraint, electing not to pop this Diablo. Rabbit off the tizzy. Got to feel good getting another card to hand. Now you're holding on to 2. This is still looking quite compromised. Even if you start musing this stuff back to the hand, you got to figure out a way to start discarding this stuff.
Yeah, and definitely. I mean, you can see he's doing
Oh,
the shuffle. We can see a Maui. We can see an Elsa. That You're Welcome is okay. That's a little bit better of a use for the You're Welcome. So he's going to shuffle that in.
yeah. Your welcome resolves
The-
for this one. Your welcome resolves completely. So we'll shuffle, 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 draw, and then the rabbit's effect will enter the bag. And then you'll draw for the rabbit's effect, and then the muse effect can exit the bag as well. So you can do the muse effect.
Right.
So that's all those effects are just getting bagged up right here. But still think that's a
So just draw
super
3. 1, 2, 3.
super down tempo maneuver. You got to do it sometimes. That kind of felt a little bit better.
But we now know. We also know that Baker has a Maui.
Yeah,
So we're gonna give that back. You should have bounced the muses. It's
for
fine.
sure. But that would have been in so much negative tempo in one turn. I don't think you could ever recover from bouncing the muses there. I mean, you probably could have, but it's just been, it would have slowed you way down too far. And Genie Quest and Crab is up, and it's just like, what am I even? How do I win? Friends from
Draw
the
more
John.
cards. Sing another song.
Just keep singing.
Now you.
No,
yeah, keep
no.
singing.
Okay. I'm bouncing. If I'm going to bounce somebody, I'm bouncing that John. Because that's their way out, I suppose. I don't know. Because now the Crab can just easily just clear the Prince John. And Maui clears this Muses. That's a 2. That's
And
a
then
2+. And you just, that's a +2.
And he's got 1 card in hand. No, he's got. No, I can.
No, he's got
He's
quite
got
a few
stuff. He's
now
got
after
stuff.
that. You're welcome, Gambit. Oh, Maui's in. Prince John's in. Yeah, this game might just be cooked there as we got the Crab questing in opposite ways of the Maui. Someone called the judge. Fix this board immediately.
Maui challenge.
Oh, okay.
And the Crab quest.
That's
so
right.
apparently they just go there.
They go
What have
opposite
you
ways.
got in your hand? Nothing. Oh yeah,
Oh,
another
hit.
friend. Oh, look at all those amethyst cards. We got Genie. We got Elsa. We had the Mal. It's like, oh, it's all you need. It's all the friends. It's all you need.
Yeah, that's a pretty game.
Double Ursula.
We'll
Look
bring.
at, it's like so. Oh God, so much ego on the board there with the Ursulas sitting right next to each other like that.
Dang, can't really do anything though in the face of this Maui, and he already got his +1. He's probably gonna get another plus, which is actually insane. And it looks like you have the ability to go for an Elsa play here, which seems quite dynamic. That's another plus. You'll take it. If you're giving it to me, I'll take it. I don't know if that's the best use of that card, but you can take it now if you felt so inclined, or you can just.
Well, the scariest things in the deck have wards, so it's like you might as well just get the Elsa on the board, tap down the Diablo, take that little guy out.
Mm-hmm. You will give up another card draw in the process.
Nope. Hey, look at that bird. He said, wait a minute, that bird doesn't have any strength on it. It's fine. It's just a little guy.
And we will ink the Chernobog followers return, electing to play no other one-cost character. This is looking great for you. Maui is completely stunning this entire board. All of your characters are so weak. You can't really even do anything. Lucifer comes in, and a little bit too little.
Let's have us. Do we have it? Are you doing it? Get rid of it. All right, that's the second one. It's the second one. He made the eye contact. Like, don't you do that again.
But just
not my card.
Just imagine if you had that Prince John up. That would have been well, it wouldn't have been that great, but it would have been another draw that you could have had. It would have been all right. It would have been better than nothing, I suppose.
Let's sing Sudden Chill, bounce the Lucifer. Let's start gaming. Let's do it. I want to see
I think Color, that might be something there. We're cooking. I think an endless Lucifer.
I need it.
An endless Lucifer.
It's so
the deck.
It's so slow. It's so slow.
It's a
Lucifer
vibe.
goes by.
It's really not. I mean, you got Lucifer.
Okay,
Boom.
okay,
I slam him. Okay. Next turn, you're welcome. I bounce some garbage, and then I slam him again. Bounce him and slam him.
Okay.
Next turn, I play Sudden Chill, bounce him and slam him. You got no cards because all your stuff's getting bounced in the hand. You got Meg, or not Meg. You got Mother Gothel. You got all these bounce cards. Mother Knows Best. Bounce it. Slam Lucifer.
Have we seen Mother Knows Best?
I don't think I would hope you're playing Mother Knows Best if you're playing.
I was like, that card is bananas busted. Maybe there's too many uninkables because you are playing Lucifer. You're playing
Prince
the
John.
Muses, or no, the Muses is inkable. That is insane to me still. Anyway,
crazy.
Yeah. Oh, and the Cusco for the.
I'm cutting Cusco's out of here. That's gone.
Yeah, he's I mean,
gone.
yeah, he's come on.
He's gone. He's gone. I'm getting him out of here.
He's cute. He's cute.
He is cute. I will yield that fact to you, but he's out of here. He's not in the deck.
Muse. No, especially if I can't play Mother Knows Best because I got Cusco in there just coming up my deck.
No, he's gone. But this is, I mean, I don't like playing discard decks too much, but I think that looks fun, and we're gonna go ahead
it does look fun. It looks like a fun deck to play, especially with the synergies between the songs and the muses, and just kind of like. But that's the thing is like, what are we doing?
Yeah. Now
One to two. What are we doing? What are we doing?
Yeah, but you gotta. I think even not even 1 to 2. Like even when you're popping off, it seems like Baker is still getting cards back and just still living. And now Muse is just getting
amethyst,
just living freely.
Draw cards. Yeah. Yeah, and that Muse, and that's the other thing too is like Baker has kind of continuously has like card advantage, and then he's also just continuously playing on the board, which is now making the player have to turn Muses sideways, turn Prince John sideways. Like we need more, ability to sing these songs. So all of our really important game pieces are being turned sideways and vulnerable to challenge, which Baker has not let up on the pressure.
Yeah, we got the
Lucifer.
Lucifer
Back. Our boy's back. And that was the third Be Prepared. Look at his face.
So
he's
keeping these actions there to kind of play around this Lucifer, but you weren't able to establish this Lucifer lock, which I think that might, the more I think about it, the cooler I think it can be, as Genie is going to be deployed there.
You're like, let me cook.
Let me cook. Hold up. Let Lucifer cook.
Yeah.
He can rock.
I mean, look at that whole board. That whole board is a Muse's target.
Everything's getting bounced. You're bouncing it all.
Everything.
And then boom, Lucifer comes down. We can't bounce a Lucifer and all their stuff too, so I don't know.
And a goat.
We might be cooked. Yeah, I think this one just might be absolute Jover stand, as we're still going to play it out. They did a really dynamic turn before, and they were able to claw back in and kind of clear this board. Maybe there's a time where that can happen, as we'll get the Prince John down. And
we have Bruno.
Bruno would be. Would it be good?
Fine.
Chill.
Sudden chill. Get rid of it. What is it? It's a brawl. He was keeping those actions. He's like, you will not Lucifer bounce me over and over again.
Smart. I like that.
Look at them. They having fun though. They smiling. It's fine.
And you
just get a lure for fun.
You can probably sing it Bruno here, but you're gonna lose this Lucifer almost immediately, and they're gonna top deck your music. They're gonna freaking feel so sad about it. So
It'll be the worst day ever.
It's always every time I play these discard decks, that's how it always ends up, as he's thinking deeply about it, because you know it's Bruno, and you're gonna play it, and you're gonna draw these muses, and you're gonna be like,
I know.
Oh, friends.
Oh. Ooh.
Okay. I think it's again.
What are you looking for? Like, what are you looking for?
I
That's
honestly,
like kind of a scarier. Ink that to play. No.
Nothing. I would have played that thing, because you had another ink and put that thing onto the field to help contest for this board, because these Elsa's about to run away with this game after taking this Lucifer. That's another plus value, and then you can continue to quest with this Genie, as you got your own friend on the other side.
He got a friends off the top.
Dang.
As that has to feel so bad for this card player. It's like, I've done it. I've got you down to okay. Never mind.
Nope.
No, and he's gonna put some stuff. Why not?
Oh goodness! So he's just expanding the mass. Everybody's out here.
Get after it.
Clearing the Lucifer, and then questing for 3, going up to 8, and this has to be a GG. I think it's a slow
Look at this.
finish to the end. No cards left in hand.
Ruby Amethyst is like, I'm the aggro deck now. Not the Cusco. He's back. And the bird.
What is that? In there a Jasmine card that lets you bounce all of the cards with.
Look at he's like, oh, excuse me while I untap or unexert all of my.
Like in there, Jasmine lets you bounce all of the exerted cards back to the hand or something.
Is it Jasmine?
I might be.
Or is it Belle?
There's a
Jasmine or Belle?
I think there's a Jasmine.
Is it? Okay.
Like bounce all exerted
no, there's a
cards.
Prince. There's a Prince Philip that does that as well.
Okay.
He banishes all exerted cards or something like that. Look at all of those. There's a lot of evasives. There's a lot of evasive things. A lot of goats. There's
a lot happening.
Yeah.
And
we got some sign goats. We've got some genies. We got some Elsas.
And it looks like we are in ponderance here. There's a lot. This whole board is beefy. I think this game is over. I mean, clearly there's nothing you can do. Cusco looks cool. I mean, it almost worked. And the handshake goes out.
All right, there it is. Yep.
And
he's like, I have this Amethyst army. What would you? Yep. And then the handshake goes out. Yeah. I mean, it was such a cool deck. I really did enjoy like watching that deck. Like, obviously, Muse, sing, bounce. Like, it's so flavorful too, because like you know.
It looks cool.
Uses.
I like it, and that might be something we could try. But Baker, I think had the right tools for it. I think he played very well, and he showed that
Absolutely.
card
Pivoted
advantage is not
exactly when you
everything.
need him.
And you just keep getting to your spots and look, your opponent in both of those games, they only really gained like 1 or 2 lore. But you guys get into the comment section, tell me what you think about it. And Baker, thanks for letting me come by your channel in color. I had a great time doing this with you. This was lots of fun.
Yeah, it was definitely fun. We should absolutely do commentary for Baker more often.
I'm sure. I don't know if this is what he wanted or not, but this is what he got.
I know.
And thank you, Baker. And thank you guys all for coming out and kicking it. It was great. Until the next time, I'm JDZ. I'm on a quest. Shout out to the real ones. Salute to your G's. Peace.
And there we have it. A huge thank you to both JDZ Quests and Color. Again, I want to wrap this up because it's been quite a long video, but hopefully you enjoyed the gameplay. There's more coming soon. And like I said, if you're a fan of this format where I get guests on to commentate my games in post, then please show this one some love. But that's going to be it from me for now. Thank you so much for watching. If you're brand new to the channel, please subscribe for all things Lorcana. Hit that like button to show support, and we'll see you soon.